In your career, as in life, relationships are everything. Nurture them. They can be game changing. In terms of my career, probably the most impactful relationship that I cultivated was with Gary Vaynerchuk. When I saw him present at that event, I was, as I mentioned, gobsmacked by it. I wrote him an email, a very long email. He had mentioned on stage that he was going to launch VaynerMedia. I got really excited. I was like, hey, man, I want to work for you. Set up a meeting with him out in Wine Library. He took the meeting. I've been watching him film Wine Library TV for about a year, and I was obsessed. Met with Gary, and I was like, hey, dude, I want to work with you. And he's like, Chris, you have a mortgage, you live in Chappaqua, you have a wife, you have a child, you have another one on the way. I can't afford you. I'm hiring my brother AJ and his buddies from BU. He's like, go do social media and then come back. So I went and I created a vlog called Dadzilla.tv. And I started vlogging about being a dad and like the products and services that I used for my daughter. And by virtue of doing that, I learned how to do social media, right? I learned how to be in front of a camera, be comfortable in front of a camera. I learned how to write blog content. I learned how to tweet about the content, interact with that ecosystem on Twitter, and I immersed myself in it. And then I went back to Gary after I got the job at Buddy Media, and I introduced Gary to Mike Lazzaro, and those two became best friends.
Yeah. Like, was it productive for me to take that meeting with Chris Desi when he randomly emailed me and said, hey, will you take this meeting? And I said, sure, which then led to a 15-minute, I'm just gonna pay forward to this kid moment, which I love to do, because you never know. Well, in this time, I didn't know, because it led to he being one of the early employees at Buddy Media, which was a company Mike Lazzaro had, and I will tell you that that led to free office space at for VaynerMedia when we started it in the conference room at Buddy Media. It also led to me giving a quote to Mike Lazzaro for Buddy Media where he gave me warrants to his company, which later sold for $1 billion to Salesforce, so made 7 figures on a quote to a website. So I'd call that productive for that 15-minute meeting. But it also led to a friendship that has become one of the core friendships for Lizzie and I. And this Saturday night, I got to spend time with a very small group for his oldest son's bar mitzvah. And the speech that the son gave and the speech that Mike gave is something that is engraved in my heart for the rest of my life. I'd call that productive. But then there's a billion 15-minute meetings that I take where the kid's a piece of shit and nothing good happened. So when you play it in a net game, I think that people are overthinking their at-bats, right? And I think intent matters. I think people are trying to be too technically sound, they're not allowing for serendipity. And serendipity is where all the magic is, my friends. All of it.
And I'm proud of that I helped cultivate that relationship. So number 6. Relationships change everything. Absolutely cultivate them throughout the course of your career, because if you can introduce good people to good people, good things will happen.